こんばんは、トーガです。本日もドラゴンエイジインクイジションやっていきたいと思います。前回ね、なんだっけ、アイアンブルー、クナリ族の戦士の部隊を仲間にして、でこのヒンターランド地方にやってきて、まあ裂け目閉じたりちょこちょこやってきて、やっとレッドクリフの村にたどり着いたと。でフィオナ筆頭魔導士とお話をしようというところです。なので早速お話ししていきたいと思います。これ声ちゃんと入ってるね。よし。
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
呼ばれたはずなんですけど。
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
If it wasn't you who invited me here, who was it?
I don't know. Now that you say it, I feel strange.
なんかおかしいね。
Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
失礼。行動が早いな。
The Divine's corpse is barely cold, and you've already joined the Imperium.
Most of Thedas blames us for the Divine's death. The Templar attacks grew worse, and we mages had no allies. Either my people made a last stand here in Redcliffe, or we took the only offer of help extended to us. I had to save them. I had no other choice.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our Southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights.
10年もそうする。
As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
奴隷じゃんね。
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
なんか怪しいね。
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern Mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Al Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
なんかおかしいね。
If you're leading the mages now, then let's talk. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
It is always a pleasure to meet a reasonable woman. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
Does that mean you'll lend your mages to our cause?
There will have to be.
Felix.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
あら、渡してきたのか。
Very mysterious.
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
急に人いっぱいになるじゃん。
Yes. We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
私魔導士です。
Who are you?
Linnea. Just Linnea. Don't ask what Circle Tower I'm from, because we're done with that. We're all free mages now.
You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition.
Don't tell me you bought the Chantry's lies about how evil Tevinter is. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood
ブラッ
magic?
ドマジックはや
People
ばい
don't
よ。
like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
I'm here because I believe mages deserve
な
their
んでカ
freedom.
サンドラ。
Right.
ああ、そっか。
And I'm the Empress of
魔
Orlais.
導士の味方したからか。
Go back to your Templars. We don't need you.
はい。すいません。
Go back to your Templars. We don't need you.
'Inquisition, huh? I wish to Holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot.
なんか変だよ
Like
ね。
us. Magic or no. I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way.
なんかそれが変だよね。
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
そう簡単にテンプル基地が引くもんかね。
Fine day to you.
で教会に行って息子と会うと。
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
最善は尽くし
I'm
ま
trying.
す。
I hope I don't disappoint.
I hope so too.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the Circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I will leave you to your duties.
Make us speed you, my child.
これはなんだ。取引の手配。この人かな。
I'm Sister Tanner. May I help you?
Are you a Chantry sister?
A lay sister only. I work here to help the poor and extend the Maker's kindness to those who need it. It is very busy work, especially in these times, but let me know if I can ever help you.
あなたが闇商人だと知っている。
I found
なん
the
で知って
letter
る
you
の？
sent a Templar named Corin.
どっかで拾った手紙。
Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar.
ああ、テンプル基地から
Nobody is going to
拾ってたんだ。手
So,
紙
what do you intend to do?
スペシャル。バリックに聞いてみよう。
What kind of cut are they giving you? Have you got protection? I see a suspicious lack of guards. It looks to me like you've been cut loose. Maybe you should look for a new employer.
さ
Are
す
you
が。
serious? The high and mighty Inquisition needs smugglers.
カサンドラ。
I'm in.
下がったまた。
Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
やったー。何の手段だって使うよ。世界のためならな。
I look forward to helping the Inquisition, as per our agreement.
勢力プラス1。
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
なんだっけ名前忘れた。こいつもいたな。手伝いますよ。フェリックスと仲がいいんですか。フェリックスに二引きで会うってこと。よし、第2ウェーブ。トラップだっけ。そんなに強くないでしょ。強くないけど、なんか周囲にいるから水が。いやー。 列が痛い。面の亀裂が。はい、塞ぐ。いたこんな人。名前忘れたよ。
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
手に亀裂があるんだ。
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus.
Dorian.
Most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Felixは?
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
逃げてくるのね。どっか悪いの?
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
なんで助けるの?
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor, meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
どういうこと? まずい感じですね。
I hope that's less dangerous than it sounds.
More.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable. It's unraveling the world.
You're asking me to take a lot on faith.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Oh, Felix.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. Thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake. You have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you. But I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
そんなこと言うなよ。お、レベル7になった。さあ、 何を覚えようかしら。氷魔法かな。ソーガという名においてフェードステップあんまいらないんだよね。でもフェードステップを取らないと霊気マスタリーが取れないんだよね。でもボーナスが冷却凍結の持続時間ボーナスだけか。後回しにしてもいい気がする。冬の静寂。マナの回復力はちょっと欲しいね。魔法使うとあっという間になくなるからな。しかしこのゲーム結構前に出たんだけど、もう何年前ってぐらい古いんだけど、すごい綺麗だね。パソコン前になったとはいえ、もともと XBOX360 で私はクリアしたから、このぐらい古いんだよね。ほんと綺麗。クリアした時のこと覚えてないからいい感じに楽しんでいるんだけどね。ああいたわこいつみたいな感じになるからちょっと面白い。光源の使い方が綺麗だねやっぱり。すいませんね、ちょっとね鼻炎気味だから鼻をねすすってしまうんだけど。
Do we believe that both Alexius's son and apprentice are turning on him? It seems someone wants to trap us either way.
Their willingness to betray raises the question of whether they will betray us.
確かにね、2人して裏切ってるのか罠の可能性もある
You're
が。
from the Inquisition. I didn't think you'd still be here.
何？
Were you really looking to ally with us?
そうだよ。
I want this war to end
ま
without
たかさん
sending
だら
back
すい
to
ま
the
せん。
circle.
There has to be a way, right? We're not what they think. All blood mages and abominations.
そういう人ばっかじゃないのは知ってるから。
Have families. Use our magic to
なんだよ、
help
で
grow
魔法
crops
が
or
さ、いろ
something.
いろ
We
生
never
活に
wanted war.
役立てたら
What
いいよ
choice
ね。
did we have? Stay and be slaves?
Sometimes to achieve the world one desires, one must take regrettable measures.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision.
I was there when we voted to leave the circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
A day or two after. After the Conclave, he arrived. Come to save us from the wrath of the Templars, they said. But this doesn't feel like safety.
そうだよね。
You seem young to be part of this.
I'm Lisas. I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the circle. They didn't even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing. I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the
そう
rest
だ
of
よ
my
ね。
life.
聖者になるしかないからね。
Take care of yourself. There's something strange going on.
I never thought the Grand Enchanter would swear to a Magister.
作戦室へ戻る。作戦室にじゃあ戻りますか。なんかいろいろ調べるものはありそうだが。 トやキャンプ。なんかありそうだね、いっぱい。ああ、物資ね。最優先の物資。まあちょっと時間かかるから戻りましょう。戻ってきたぞ。仲間と話してみようか。
Yes?
なんかないね。
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
で、近くにあるか、カレンか。なんかある？
Yes?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
To learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the chant of transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter. The
Wow.
first draft of lyrium. Its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
禁欲の誓い。
A life of service and sacrifice. Are Templars also expected to give up physical temptations?
Physical? Why... why would you... That's not expected. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission. Some may choose to give up more to prove their devotion, but it's not required.
Have you?
Me? No, I've taken no such vows. Maker's breath. Can we speak of something else?
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's heralding, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need.
I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course. But there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Before coming here, my keeper suggested I avoid Templars. Do they do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession, at least.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
I am blue.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Cassandra's been the driving force of this Inquisition. She's the leader in all but name.
Cassandra's a seeker. From what I gather, that's a bit like a Ben Hasra. She's a good hunter and a great fighter, but she doesn't see the big picture. Too busy searching for answers. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could. What can I do for you?
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the cube. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
And you're a spy?
close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hassarth ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
I'm glad you're here, Bull.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more about all this, let me know.
Nah, it was a long time ago. Thanks, though.
Ooh.なんかびっくりマーク出てるけど、またあれか
Good day.
DLC アイテムがマーキングされてるだけか。ほら、なんもない。なんだろうな、こう定期的に出るの。なんもないくせに。
Good day. We'll need some of you. それもなんかあったっけ。ああ、弓取っといてんだ。これはいらないかな、多分。ジャンク品を。
And how much is Mother Giselle willing to offer?
Can you really put a price on the love of undressed?
なんかあるけど下か。いいや。道を間違えている。なんか会話増えた？
Need something?
I read your tale of the champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
なかったね。ここはあれでしょ。
I'm not saying that the Children doesn't do good work, but there's more to life.
Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A big, armored, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
ここで切れるんだ。
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, yeah? An even spread is all it takes.
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually do?
Suppose. Does it matter?
Shouldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Where are the people you promised?
If I knew, there wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know. Wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it. Right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them. In a million little ways.
Seems like there's no way the people who contribute could even know what they're helping with.
Don't need to. Maybe some ask for a target, a note like. But maybe they plant something just to help mess with things. I did something and something happened. That's a wish for some people. Probably not heralds. Anyway, sometimes I don't even do anything and people think I did, because something happened anyway. That's good too. Free payday. And free blame rounds. But whatever.
I can play along if it works for you.
You have a choice. Hail the Inquisition.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, isn't it?
これソーラスか。レディアナ・イビエンヌ。レディアナの会話増えたからまた上乗ってるよ。
Did you need something?
なんもない。なんか新情報
Anything I should
は。
know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
はい。
I'll leave you to your work.
I don't understand. Even the Templars have left the Chantry now.
Yes?
Do you think that you and I might someday...
I don't see how that benefits me in the slightest.
断られた速攻で。
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the
ジョゼフィーヌか。ヒゲのおじちゃんどっか行っちゃったもんね。わあ、亀裂が2つも増えてるぞ。あ、パークが1個あるのね。何増やすか。
Chancellor Roderick came to speak with me.
人脈
Could
か
you
な。
try not to antagonize him?
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
コーデックスか。これいいね。魔法と地理生物について詳細に学んで会話の選択肢も増える。 XP に 50% ボーナスもつく。ちょこちょこ出るからね。これにしよう。で飲んでたお仕事終わった。修道女レリアナ左門審問会の方があの群衆を我が歴史ある土地より追い出したことには胸が躍った。しかも隣のトラフト男爵領の森でとはまるで主の見てによって送り出されたかのようだ。実に満足がいく結果だ。約束通り我が指揮官の時に助力したあなた方へ報酬を送ろう。アンドラスティに心があらんこと。ギルダーン今日ゴールド資金を集めよう。興味深いことにルーンは荒張りを起源とし1000年近く前に フェルデンへ移住した部族のものだった。しかし面白いのは全てのルーンが明瞭な言葉で翻訳できない。つまり暗号化されている点。翻訳者たちによると守護者に関する言及が北海岸沖の島についても示唆しているようね。実に好奇心をそそるわ。さらに意味を絞り込むため翻訳作業を続けましょう。これも行きたいんだけどね。来てるのはリレーの後継者、ベン・ハスラスの報告書の一部。ホーレーの内乱が始まってすぐにルマシュ公爵が亡くなって以来直接統治する者がいなくなったリレーの後継者争いについて記載されている。3名どれでもいいってことね。キャスパールはなんかやだね。力を求める野心的で狡猾な男であるって。キャラリタンの結婚か。まあいいか。
Let us begin.
奇妙なチョークの印。この印を見たことはありますか？下方向を向いた三角形を波線が2本通っているものです。前線基地の近くにある廃墟の壁にチョークで書かれていたのを見張りが発見しました。これはレディアナが得意そうだね、こういうのは。
Let's see what we have.
で、実行する任務がないので、金はまたお金を稼いでもらってもらうと。で、どっちに行こうかな。声を潜めたささやきかな。魔導士を選ぶとテンプル騎士団を味方にすることができなくなります。どっちかを選ぶってことか。テンプル騎士団を選ぶと魔導士を味方にすることができなくなります。どっちを選ぶかか。でも今魔導士が不足してるんだよね。魔導士の方がいいんじゃないのかね。さっきの賢者を潰すか、テンプル騎士団の腹立つやつを潰すかって感じなのかな。 どっちも潰したいな。テンプル騎士団にするか。テンプルじゃないや。魔導士にするか。
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
議論してる場合か。
We can't waste time fighting among ourselves. We have to come to an agreement.
A Tevinter Magister controls Redcliffe, invites us to the castle to talk,
まあわざとだろうね。
and some of us want to do nothing.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister...
Has outplayed us.
打つ手は必ず
We can't just give up. There has to be something we can do.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
これは多分キャンセルだよね。伯爵。
Where is the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunnerin to petition the crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army lays siege to his castle.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
While they're focused on Lavellen, we break the Magister's defenses. It could work, but it's a huge risk.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
ちょっとドア
This
閉め
man
てく
says he
れ
has
る。
information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
ドア閉めてきてくれる。
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along.
The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
Hmm. よし。やるか。おお、固定なので通りや。じゃあカサンドラとアイアンブルー入れてるか。そんなに装備揃ってないけどね。レベルは6か ?5 かな。大丈夫かな。
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Mistress Lavellen and no one else. You lot wait here.
なら私の
If my friends can't enter, then I won't go in either.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again.
いつから友達になったんだ。
And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
フィオナも加えるべきで
If
し
the
ょ。
Grand Enchanter wants to be part of these talks, then I welcome her as a guest of the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
なんもないって。私を殺す気だろうは直すぎるでしょ。交換条件ね。人脈
The Inquisition has many backers among the Orlesian nobility. I'm sure we can find suitable compensation.
I'm not sure what the Orlesian nobility have to offer that I don't already possess.
She knows everything, Father.
Felix, what have you done?
あなたも心配してる
Your
の
son
よ。
is concerned that you're involved in something terrible.
So speaks the thief. Do you think you can turn my son against me? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control.
だって勝手に印は刻
You're
まれたん
nothing
で
but
す
a。mistake.
この印何なんじゃ
If you know so much, enlighten me. Tell me what this mark on my hand is for.
It belongs to your betters. You wouldn't even begin to understand its purpose.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
古の者
That's who you serve. The one who killed the Divine. Is he a mage?
Soon he will become a god. He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this woman's life.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
いや知らん。聞かれてもドリアンと答えるな。水で感電すると思うんだよ。レッドリリームじゃないですか。
Displacement. Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
どんぐらい?
Did we go forward in time or back, and how far?
Those are excellent questions. We'll have to find
多
out.
分
won't
杖
we?
バグって持っ
Let's
てる
look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
What was Alexius trying to do?
I believe his original plan was to remove you from time
Wow.
completely. If that happened, you would never have been at the Temple of Sacred Ashes or mangled his Elder One's plan. I think your surprise in the castle hall made him reckless. He tossed us into the rift before he was ready. I countered it. The magic went wild, and here we are. Make sense?
It just seems so insane.
I don't even want to think about what this will do to the fabric of the world. We didn't travel through time so much as punch a hole through it and toss it into the privy. But don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you.
この人た
There
ち
were
どうな
others
った
in the hall. Could they have been drawn through the rift?
I doubt it was large enough to bring the whole room through. Alexius wouldn't risk catching himself or Felix in it. They're probably still where and when we left them. In some sense, anyway.
ああ、そっか。
Alexius mentioned an Elder One in the hall. Do you know who he was talking about?
Leader of the Venatori, I suspect. Some magister aspiring to godhood. It's the same old tune. Let's play with magic we don't understand. It will make us incredibly powerful. Evidently, it doesn't matter if you rip apart the fabric of time in the process.
戻れなかったらどうなるんだろう。
And what happens if we can't get back?
Then we get comfortable in our new present.
それは困る。ちょっとアイテム引っ張って多くの数やべるもんがいっぱいあるぞ。ペトリリウムがある教会か。ここになんかある感じでもないな。どっちだ？こっちかな。
Alexius has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
行き止まりか。まあある意味当たりだね。なんかある？骨だらけなんですけど。ドアだとか。誰？
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me.
ちゃってんな。
My tears are my sins, my sins, my sins. Andraste guide me, Andraste guide me.
What did they do to you?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me.
HP やばいな。回復だけしとこう。よいしょ。何来るかわからんから。アクアバリン。 と敵がやっちゃうよ。バリアがあるか。調べる。ドリアンも上がったね。ドリアン何も振ってないんじゃないかい。オートレベルアップがあるな。ここは振ってもらおう。お、非属性になった。いいね。うん、マインドブラストも覚えさせたんだ。オッケー。私はこっちへ行く。
300 bottles of beer on the wall. 300 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it
謝
around.
る？レッドリリウムに侵されてる？
You're supposed to be dead. There was a burn on the ground and everything.
Alexius didn't kill us. His spell sent us through time.
未
This
来に
is
飛ば
our
したの
future.
か。
Well, it's my present, and in my past, I definitely saw you both die.
調子が悪そうだ
Are
け
you
ど。
all right? You don't look so good.
Red lyrium. If I'm lucky, it'll kill me. If not, I'm hoping I die fighting.
You're dying.
No, he's not. If we find Alexius, we go back and none of this will happen. Remember?
Alexius isn't the one you need to worry about. It's his elder one. He killed the Empress of Orlais and used the confusion to launch an invasion of the South. The army was all demons. You ever fought a demon army? I don't recommend it.
悪魔軍か。
I'm sorry I wasn't here to help.
Demon army. Shit, you were lucky you died early. Let's move. No time like the present.
ちょっと待ってね。アイアンブルーに装備できるかな、なんか。両手剣じゃないや、ハンマーがあるけど。ブルーズエッジと、ブルーズエッジがあるか。弱いね。防具もない。
The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water.
カサンドラ。
You've returned to us. Can it be? Has Andraste given us another chance? Maker, forgive me. I failed you. I failed everyone. The end must truly be upon us if the dead return to life.
キスだらけじゃないか。
You look wounded. Maybe we can help.
Nothing you do can help me now. I'll be with the Maker soon.
Alexius sent us forward in time. If we find him, we may be able to return to the present.
Go back in time? Then, can you make it so that none of this ever took place?
最善を尽くそう。
That's my hope.
None of this will happen. Andraste, please let that be true.
何があったんだい？
Alexius locked himself in the throne room. That is where we'll find him.
はい。なんか こにポイントは余してないな。アイテムで武器を拾ってるけど装備できない。ローグ限定か。しかも探検持ってるローグいねえんだよな。これで地下は終わり。よいしょ。よし、じゃあ戻るか。どこだっけ。こっちか。こっちじゃないわ。反対側最初から言ってたらドリアンと2人で戦うことになってたのかな。それとも開かなかったのかな。どっちも開けるだ。外れだけど宝箱がある。死体ですか。死体ですね。何が起きたんだろう、マジで。トパーズ。フィオナだ。なんかレトリリウムに埋もれてるが。
You're alive. I saw you disappear into the rift.
Is that red lyrium growing from your body? How?
The longer you're near it, eventually you become this. Then they mine your corpse for more.
Can you tell us the date? It's very important.
Harvest Mia. 942 Dragon.
942?
1
Then
年
we've
経っ
missed an
てんの。
entire year.
We have to get out of here. Go back in time.
Please, stop this from happening. Alexius serves the Elder One, more powerful than the Maker. No one challenges him and lives.
I promise I will do everything in my power to set things right.
Our only hope is to find the amulet that Alexius used to send us here. If it still exists, I can use it to reopen the rift at the exact spot we left. Maybe.
Good.
I said, maybe. It might also turn us into paste.
You must try. Your spy master, Leliana. She is here. Find her. Quickly. Before the Elder One learns you're here.
レディアナがいるんだ。レディアナがいるなら100人力だぜ。どこにいるんだろうね。
If red lyrium is an infection, Maker, why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out?
え？知ってはいけないの？おや。いや、バレた。 ああ、魔法使いです。大丈夫か。バリアを張って本を浮かしてるのかっこいいんだけどな。
Andraste, have mercy on their souls.
Nice to be doing anything at all. I'm enjoying it while it lasts.
肉の破片が飛んできてしまった。これあれかな、怒られないかな、配信で。R18 つけた方が良かったかな。なんかえらいことになってんね。読む。闇より蘇ったものな。創造主は初めからいなかった。星の著女。ここで補給させてくれるってことは、まあそういうことだよね。補充させてくれるってことはなんで、あ、補充させてもらう前にやればよかった。いいや。これうちの城ではないよね。誰かが結晶化しちゃってる。デビンターのメイス、クナリ族の剣、装備できるんじゃない？レベルが足りない。じゃあどっちもレベルが足りない。やーん。あと1個なんだけどな。ちょっと来んのが早かったみたいだ。読む。へえ、悪魔だらけになっちゃったんか。とんでもないな。拷問部屋。
There is no maker. The Elder One has taken all that is his and will soon rule from his city.
May she find peace at the Maker's side.
お、ユニーク武器だ。探検なんだよな。探検使える人いないんだよな。拷問部屋は特になんもないのかしら。
how Lavella knew of the sacrifice at the temple.
Never.
There's no use to this defiance, little bird. There's no one left for you to protect.
You're wasting your breath.
Talk! The Elder One demands answers.
He'll get used to disappointment.
Ah, すごい放映されてる。
Die first. Or you will.
さすが。ボロボロになっても腕は衰えてないな。
You're safe now. Forget safe. If you came back from the dead, you need to do better than safe. You need to end this. Do you have weapons? Good. The Magister's probably in his chambers.
You aren't curious how we got here?
No.
Alexius sent us into the future. This, his victory, his Elder One, it was never meant to be.
I'm so sorry for everything you suffered.
We have to reverse his spell. If we can get back to our present time, we can prevent this future from ever happening.
And mages always wonder why people fear them. No one should have this power.
It's dangerous and unpredictable. Before the breach, nothing we did.
Enough. This is all pretend to you. Some future you hope will never exist. I suffered. The whole world suffered. It was real.
そうね。そうね。他の仲間たちは本当
What
に苦しん
happened
だ
while
ん
we
だ。
were away?
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
ああ、話したくないでしょう。何が起きたのか。すごいことになってんな。
We need to find Alexius. I'm sure he'll be in the nicer part of the castle, if there is one.
よし、大丈夫。なんか魔法陣書いてんな。こればっかりだ。痛い。
I'm falling back!
ロングショットの指輪今いらんね。道はこっちでいいんだよね。これか。
The Magister needs more power for his ritual.
Huh?
No!
Come forth and serve.
Alexius can't have wanted this.
回復する人、一応簡単にしとくか。で、物資補充。
The breach hits
everywhere.
You can fit a lot of demons through that thing.
ないな。うん。
What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.
Eh? Felix に何かやったか?
hall. Alexius is close.
こうなるとテンプル騎士の話も気になってくるね。
Damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rifts tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
トンボソーだ。反応してるけど、そっちか。読む。フランベルジェ名品の設計図。なんちょっとこう。埋まってる。調べれない。まあいいか。
Maker's breath. Where did Alexius find this? How did he even move it here?
Can we open it?
Perhaps. But it looks quite strong. How desperate and paranoid must he be? His servants must have a way through. He has to eat. Let's look around.
Oh, oi.
What in Andraste's name is that? Hold on to it. I want to look at it later. Are they praying? Trying to take them by surprise. Doesn't look like the Elder One is interested in saving his followers.
登れるということは何かあるのかな。別に何もなかった。 よし、お待たせしました。ドア開けたら涼しいわ、お部屋で。どこ？こっちじゃないよね。ドア開けたら他の部屋で待ってた猫ちゃんがすぐ入ってきた。最近もう人の部屋にずっといるんだから、この子たち。2匹猫ちゃんいるんだけどね。まあ朝になったら人の座椅子と窓のベッドで寝てるからね。びっくりしちゃう。こっちは違う道か。ちょっとまだいいか。これあれだもんね、来た道だもんね。取らなかったんだ、あそこ気づかなくて。ってことはやっぱりこっちから行くの？道ないよね。ちょっと戻んないとダメかな。はしごね。なんか落ちてたのかな、道中に。ちょっと戻って、この辺にある凶器だけど、あ、全然ないが、通り過ぎちゃったな。というこっちゃ。わからん。わからんな。ちょっと他のを先にやろうか。これは見たとこね。どけて。これも見たとこね。どけて。普通に戻ってんだよな。こっか。はいどうも。探しているんですよ。これを強打する。それトラップだったの？あらよ。どう見ても敵に明治いなかった。壁の裏の明治、壁越えてトラップ設置だった。それはちょっとずるいんじゃないかな。3つ目。この先なんかあったりする？あるね。読む。汚れ。なんて実験やってんの？ うわー、レディアナ皮膚剥がれてたのか。だからあんなボロボロだったんだ。アイアンブルでいいや。暗い。あと何もなさそうだね。開けてくれない。まだなんかあるな。赤い。あ、鍵閉まってる。
They're right there. Perhaps we should try to find another
使いました。
Get that enchanter!
あ、そこで行くんだよ。頑張れ、アイアンブル。アイアンブルの声って死体が粉々になってる。
May Andraste have mercy on your souls. No one else will.
声が怖いよ。何かある？お、破片。あと1個。間違えた。あった？ない。
What happened here?
Somebody had very questionable taste.
アイアンブルやばいじゃん。
Try to take out that enchanter quickly.
取らしたぞ。すげえ量。
Anybody mind if I take some souvenirs? Maybe just a couple of those pronged helmets.
次に持って帰んなさい。
Let's head back to the main hall. I think I know how we'll open that door.
マジ？物資の貯蔵があるから。火山炉がレベルアップになってる。こっちじゃないけどちょっとなんだ、触れなくなったぞ。あ、コンソールまた開いちゃった。これわかんないんだよね、閉じ方が。結局調べたけど閉じ方が結局わかんなくて困ったんだよな。ああ、ちょっとお待ちください。 よいしょ。コンソールを開かないようにできないのかな。まああれ使えばズルはできるんだけどさ、お金を増やしたりとか、なんか特定のアイテムを手に入れたりとかできるんだけどさ、使わないから。よし、よかった。どこだここ。あれ宝箱じゃね。宝箱がありました。多分さっき見逃してたな。カサンドラ。いいね、これ。アイアンブルは上がってないんだな。杖はない。カサンドラにいい剣をあげたいんですけど、これローテ剣だよね。あ、片手剣だ。片手剣か。汚れのルーン入ってるけど、すげえギザギザしてんじゃない。わお、いいね。でも強くなった。アイアンブルーはレベル足りないよね。あ、でも入る。いいね。ハンマー、杖は強いのないな。これがな、もったいないな。主人公がローグだったらよかったのかもしれんけど、前回も言ってたけど最初に悩んだんだよな、ローグと魔導士とで。今回は鍵開けないと思ったら鍵開けあるしね。ローグを選ぶべきだったか。最初ね、動画の撮影も失敗してたからローグでやり直そうかとも思ったんだけど、やめちゃったんだよね。よし。で突撃かい。大丈夫？なるほど、やっとリリウムをはめるのか。なぜこんなことを。
Look at what you've done, Alexius. All this suffering. And for what?
For my country, for my son. But it
息子の様
means
子がおか
nothing
しい。
now. I knew you would appear again. Not that it would be now, but I knew I hadn't destroyed you. My final failure.
最後の。
Was it worth it? Everything you did to the world, to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait for the end.
終わり？
What do you mean? What's ending?
The irony that you should appear now of all the possibilities. All that I fought for, all that I betrayed, and what have I wrought? Ruin and death, that is nothing else. The Elder One comes for me, for you, for us all. Felix.
Felix どうなったの？
Maker's breath, Alexius, what have you done?
He would have died, Dorian. I saved
い
him.
や、これ救った
Please
と言わん
don't
でしょ。
hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
楽にしてやれって解放してやって。
Leliana, let Felix go. He's innocent. No one is innocent.
なんてこと。ダメだよ、魔導士怒らせたら。なんか音消えた？あ、戻ってきた。なんだ？ああ。セイバーやばい。食べられてる。じゃあもうしよう。
Impossible. The Elder One will...
マジかよ、また亀裂上げるの。その力どこで。うわー、テラ出てきた。テラはちょっとやっぱり。
Impossible. The Elder One will do.
燃えてる燃えてる。強い燃えてる。He wanted to die, didn't he? All those lies he told himself, the justifications. He lost Felix long ago. Didn't even notice. Oh, Alexius.
I know you cared for him.
Once he was a man to whom I compared all others. Sad, isn't it? This is the same amulet he used before. I think it's the same one we made in Minrathous. That's a relief. Give me an hour to work out the spell he used, and I should be able to reopen the rift.
An hour? That's impossible! You must go now!
The Elder One.
Was wondering when he'd show.
腕大丈夫それ？なんかおかしくなってる。
We'll head out front. Keep them off your tail.
他に方法ないの？
I can't let you kill yourself for me. There must be another way.
Look at us. We're already dead. The only way we live is if this day never comes. Cast your spell. You have as much time as I have arrows.
この世界はもう助からない世界になってるのか。
Though darkness closes, I am shielded by flame. Andraste, guide me. Maker, take me to your side.
You move, and we all die!
すごいな、やっぱりこの人は。
You'll have to do better than that.
Put aside all claim to Redcliffe and we let you live.
You won. There is no point extending this charade. Felix.
It's going to be all right, Father.
You'll die.
Everyone dies.
いい息子じゃん。
Well, I'm glad that's over with. Or not.
Grand Enchanter, we'd like to discuss your abuse of our hospitality.
Your Majesties.
When we offered the Mage's Sanctuary, we did not give them the right to drive our people from their homes.
King Alistair, Queen Anora, I assure you, we never intended...
In light of your actions, good intentions are no longer enough.
You and your followers have worn out your welcome. Leave Ferelden, or we'll be forced to make you leave.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
The Inquisition might be willing to take in the mages.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
I know you are a mage, but consider how these rebels have acted. They must be conscripted, not coddled.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
捕虜。いや、味方として戦って。
We would be honored to have you fight as allies at the Inquisition's side.
We'll discuss this later.
I'll pray that the rest of the Inquisition honors your promise then.
The breach threatens all of Thedas. We cannot afford to be divided now. We can't fight it without you. Any chance of success requires your full support.
It's a generous offer. I doubt you're going to get a better one from us.
We accept. It would be madness not to. I will gather my people and ready them for the journey to Haven. The breach will be closed. You will not regret giving us this chance.
It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
We need them to close the breach. It's not going to work if we make enemies of them.
I know we need them for the breach, but they could do as much damage as the demons themselves. You were there, Seeker. Why didn't you intervene?
While I may not completely agree with the decision, I support it. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. Here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
The longer the breach is open, the more damage it does. We should head there as soon as possible.
Agreed.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
Thank you. I'd be honored to help with the plan.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with, future or present.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
彼も割と柔軟な人だよね。というわけで本日はここまで。次回はね、もしかしたらそのテンプル騎士の方の話をちょっとやってみたいかなと。これでもセーブはどこになってるかなんだよね。ちょっと手前からだったらある程度進めて同じくらいのとこから始めるんで、そんな感じで考えてます。というわけで本日はここまで。また次回お会いいたしましょう。またねー。